Hello, everybody. Scott Golden with the World Class Championship Wrestling Review Series and the Pro Wrestling Logic YouTube channel. And we are moving quickly through August. August 10th, 1985 is your show here. Reminder, we have every available program from the beginning of 82 to now. We joined a match in progress. Brian Diaz and um, Gino Hernandez. They show the crossbody win of fall number one by Diaz to begin. I guess 2 out of 3 falls and a shoulder breaker for the second fall win by Hernandez. I guess Hernandez defending the Texas Championship he holds. Works the shoulder over of Adias and obviously tosses him out to the floor. Tries to get as much aggression as he can. I mentioned a few episodes ago them moving Adias up the card a bit, and this indicates that. This is a clipped match that is shown from an arena. I actually think there's a dirt floor, so it might be a rodeo arena. Anyway, not very well lit either. Breakdown and arm bars by Hernandez. Hernandez is not happy with his, overlapping life experiences. And he goes shoulder first into the buckle a few minutes into the final fall of the match. Branko Luvic wandering around. Big back body drop by Diaz and near fall, but does not get things done. Again, going back to the shoulder. Both men have run into the buckle, shoulder first, and then we've got several shots there. But Hernandez is willing to cheat and do anything he needs to do, including knee right to the face of his adversary here. He manages to almost get a near fall, but I mean, they give this match in the third fall anyway about 8 minutes, and Adias does defeat him. However, the dynamic duo post-match cut the hair of the new champion, and this is during an interview. Obviously, he just barely able to speak before getting jumped out, and Hernandez and Adams cutting the hair of Brian Diaz, and then we move on to an interview with Gary Hart. Gary Hart talks about the winning of the six-man championships of Brooks, Gang, and Lewin, and then talks about the legality of the sleeper hold. Talks about how Lewin has been banned from the United States several times. Talks about the dangerous nature of the sleeper hold, but that he, Gary Hart, wakes up the opponent post-match as is required of him and of the, bylaws of wrestling or something such. They don't really get into the details there, but they treat the process, reasonably well. Killer Brooks is up next in a match. And Gary Hart still representing Killer Brooks. Brooks looks to have put on a few extra pounds here. At least it seems that way to me. Maybe I'm wrong, but he is certainly a thick, stocky guy. Obviously, still managed by Gary Hart. Kabuki still managed by Sunshine. The chain of Brooks, almost like a biker, coming along. This is not particularly the best match, but it's certainly a clash of styles. And with the heat on Gary Hart and Brooks being a mainstay, it's a big thing. But the match is very slow and plodding, arm bars, arm locks, and the like. No major, you're not going to see high flying here by any stretch. Kabuki does come back in the center point of the match, using several chops and kicks. Gets Brooks caught up in the middle of the ropes. There's a point, it's a really cool sell where Brooks gets hit with a shot and basically looks like he wants to screw his head back on in place. Kick by Kabuki. Kabuki also looks a little heavier than the last time we've seen him too. So guys getting a little bit flabby here in 1985, the summer '85. Maybe there's some good Texas barbecue to be had. Don't really know, but Kabuki at one point goes to the outside or tries to jump to the outside of the ring. Sunshine wanders in and manages to tell him not to do that. Uh, Needless to say, Brooks is holding Mark Lewin back. Lewin is kind of wanting to interfere on behalf of Brooks, but that's unfinished. Kabuki and he not exactly finished, but she's trying, Sunshine trying to hold him back. Meanwhile, Iceman King Parsons talks about one man gang and Mark Lewin laying him out last week. Lewin using the sleeper illegally, at least in his estimation, and gang splashing him after he was laid out. We then move to the main event of the evening, Kerry Von Erich and Gino Hernandez. We've seen this match many a time before. Doesn't mean it's not good, but it does get repetitive after a while. Hernandez, is probably one of the bigger stars in the area. Would have liked to have seen what he would have done differently. Kevin Von Erich out there with his brother to add support and to, I guess, fend off Gary Hart and any offenders. The brothers obviously are getting along. Chris Adams on the outside, being told not to interfere by the referee. Hernandez takes the earliest of advantages and leapfrogs and drop kicks by Von Erich. One thing I will say, even this late in Hernandez's run, you can't deny that he is always in top shape, both physically in appearance and cardiovascularly. And every match out, he does give his best effort. He passes away too soon. I thought it was 85, maybe early 86. But regardless, when he passes away, I think there was literally not only obviously his life lost, and that is sad, but money left on the table in a lot of ways. Match breaks down into holds, bear hugs, and the like. Kerry pitched to the outside by Gino, and done through the middle rope, not a disqualification. Of course, in the NWA, over the top rope leads to a disqualification. The use of the sleeper hold / chin lock here. And then the attempted use of powder, the dreaded powder that we'd see in Tennessee wrestling, Memphis, and the Ghoulish territory, attempted by Von Erich. Referee comes in, as does Chris Adams and Kevin Von Erich. Match is thrown out for obvious reasons, so nothing settled here. That will close the August 10th version of World Class, and with the dynamic duo and the Von Erichs doing battle once again. We'll be back with more action right after this.